Long simmering discontent between Hong Kong's taxi industry and Uber's ride-hailing service was thrust back into the fore recently when a group of taxi drivers engaged in a bit of vigilantism. The cabbies posed as undercover rioters using Uber, which has operated in the city since 2014. Generally, it is against the law for a private vehicle to carry paying passengers without a hire car permit from the Transport Department. Many Uber drivers are believed to be operating without such permits. After the undercover cabbies staged their sting operations, they reported Uber drivers to authorities for alleged illegal ride-hailing. Public condemnation of the cabbies was swift, in a city where residents and tourists alike have long been unhappy about poor service from licensed taxi drivers. Hong Kong leader John Lee also weighed in, calling for a halt to the vigilantism. The chief executive said cabbies should wait for transport authorities to complete a report on the matter, which is due in July. So we decided to talk to taxi and Uber drivers about the latest controversy. Since we were not asking the drivers to reveal their identities, and we did not tell them we were journalists, the drivers seemed to be candid in expressing their views. Mongkok? The first taxi driver we spoke to said a gap between good and bad cabbies had opened up space for Uber to enter the market. The driver told us he also drove for Uber previously because of the relatively lower cost and convenience, but he worried about the legality of the ride-hailing service.
We faced arrest from police.
Oh, yeah.
This is risk. Uber is legal transportation. So I will buy the new ones to continue my Uber business.
Right. All right, so the first trip actually went quite well with the taxi. So the next thing we're going to do now is head to what's kind of been identified as a black spot, where the taxi drivers here are known to engage in poor and even sometimes illegal behavior. I want to go to Mongkok.
Mongkok, which place?
Argyle Center.
Argyle Center.
The shopping mall.
Shopping mall. Okay.
Okay. When we asked our taxi driver what he thought about Uber, he said security was a main concern.
For the passenger, no secure, no.
Oh, like no insurance.
For insurance.
Oh.
If an accident happens, the passenger will not have any insurance.
Right. We're here in Mongkok now. I just took my second taxi of the day. This one actually took a different route than the initial one. It was a bit of a longer trip overall, and it ended up costing me 20 Hong Kong dollars more than the initial trip. Now, the man himself was nice, but again, you can see why some people might be a bit hesitant given that you don't know which route they're going to take, or if they're going to take you for a spin, let's say. Next, we called an Uber so we could speak with one of the drivers about the situation.
覺得冇喎，即係大家有各有各，因為有啲乘客好得意嘅，即係有時聽佢哋講，即係有啲又中意坐的士，有啲會中意坐 Uber，即係大家嗰個好似我覺得其實客路都唔同，有少少我感覺上啦。
So, based on the drivers we've spoken to today from both Ubers and taxis, the conversation is a lot more nuanced than it may appear at first glance. This so-called war between the two modes of transportation isn't as intense when you actually speak to the drivers. They seem to have much more moderate feelings about the overall situation. So perhaps the main issue right now is at a bit of a stalemate, and we'll see how it plays on from here.